Hey guys, as promised, we now moved from an LED to a motor. So as you can see in the terminal it says 0, but watch what happens when I press the button. It says 1. So the only difference is now we're working with a motor. So watch when I press the button. Alright, so aside from the code on the Pico, this is the only thing that I've changed. The only difference is now I added a motor at pins 27 and 22. Next thing I did was, of course, if the message is 1, the motor goes forward. If it's 0, the motor stops. Otherwise, it says no message. That's just for its sanity check. Otherwise, the rest of the code is still the same. So nothing's really changed much. All we did was go from an LED to a motor. So you can already guess what we're going to build from this. Now, actually, I did make one small change, is that I removed the print statement that was on here. But other than that, it's still the same. It either sends the message as 1 or 0. So that's really it. That's all I had to do. So this is a much shorter video than I thought it would be. But yeah. That's it for the demo. However, there is something I will say, is that the next video we will be adding PWM. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, so this time I added PWM to this, and I will show you the code. But first, pay attention to the pin values. I'm going to adjust just a little bit. Watch what happens. See? Now watch what happens again when I increase it slightly more. See? It's getting slightly faster. Now let's slightly increase it again. You can see it's getting faster. Like here. And then we'll okay. Then we'll crank it all the way up to 100, or at least to 1. Then we'll do this. And as you can see, speed control is now successful. So let me show you what I did. So I added a button. Well, I added the same button from the potentiometer code. Then, of course, I added a different message this time with a button state. So it gives me 1 if the button is pressed, otherwise 0. I added the pot dot value as PWM value. I added the state of the button and as well as the PWM value, and I formatted it. And that's really it for that code. For the Pi side, let me show you what I did here. So I added, of course, the PWM at pin 21 using PWM output device. Then what I did was I split the response with the comma. Button state has the button string, of course, and this is from here. And then I have PWM value as the float of this PWM string. The value of the PWM is equal to PWM value. And of course, I kept everything else the same. The only thing I changed here is that if button state is 1, the motor goes forward. If not, it stops. And as you can see, I was able to get it to work. So watch it again. And as you can see, that was a success. So folks, that's it. I will combine this with the other motor video just so that you get an idea of what's going on. And guess what? We're still not done because we're going to build up to something very cool in the future. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.